This video is going to be about protecting the power grid of the United States and why it's going to turn into a pork barrel project, and already is. I'll have a link below that goes to an archive of all the links that were in this video, and one of them will be labeled the Citadel. It's very reminiscent of City 17 out of Half-Life. But anyway, here's a simple proposal. Politicians don't really give a shit about you and me. They don't think that they're vulnerable in any way until they are. And then when they take it serious, they really take it seriously. You really see it in their face, how terrifying the real world is to these politicians. I can cite some examples, but let's not go there. And until that happens, they couldn't give a shit, even if they had an enema. You know what I mean? So, there's this armor-plated, just monolithic box that's supposed to look really impressive. It's totally sexy. It's an armor plate, dystopian universe style shit. They're going to talk about putting rainbows and fucking Daisy painted on it, shit like that. But it's designed to look impressive, and it uses either 1 or 2 inch steel plate welded together. Totally effective at stopping whatever the hell it is you think you're stopping. And of course, they're going to have a ridiculously high price tag. Or you can go on Amazon and for $50 per square foot buy a steel plate that's 1 inch thick, and that'll approximately do just as good. Or you can just go to a steel mill and buy more larger pieces and just put them up, or just rip down that stupid wall bullshit that Trump thought was going to be so effective and put that out there too. As long as it deflects or stops a bullet, that's great. Okay. Or just stick up random bits of scrap iron, I'm not shitting you, and just make a fence out of it. But you know what? This is the cost-effective part of it that I'm going to talk about here. Now, if you're not aware of it, I am going to list 35.22 by negative nearly 80, but it's 79.53. And you're going to be able to look at a map and see that. And you want to look to the lower right-hand side of your screen. And you'll notice a road that has a strange lineup that you can't look at on Google Street View anymore. So that's obviously the one that they're worried about. So, Clayman Cletus Cooter drive the pickup truck over some train tracks and park their car, and from the passenger side just pull out a deer rifle and start popping. And the power grid goes down for an entire county because of the peculiarity of that particular set of transformers. That's the low-tech, zero sophistication method that was done. Okay, you understand what I'm saying here? Okay, so let's talk about this. The thing politicians will flip the fuck out on is if you say 50 BMG. They're impressed by it. So we'll talk about $4 50 BMG cartridges. That's not the good bulk rate. That's the shitty bulk rate. It's got a steel core, copper jacket, flies out of the barrel at whatever speed, hits really hard. It's from a machine gun that was made at the beginning, like in 1900s and such, or even 1800s actually, if you look it up. This thing has been around a while. Look up the Hispaniola cartridge. That's a $4 problem causer. We need a $50 per square foot 1 inch steel plate solution that's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, because the more money flows, the more people skim. Okay? What can't you skim? Okay, how do you fight a $4 problem? A $2 sandbag. $2 each. They're 16 inch by 24 inch off of Amazon. I'm using Amazon prices, even for the steel plate. It's dumb how effective that is against a 50 BMG. See the videos linked in the archive set link, so you can go watch the videos. Let's review this. A $2 16 inch by 24 inch sandbag will stop a 50 BMG cartridge that cost $4 if you didn't buy it in good price tag range. Period. and your $50 1 foot by 1 foot steel plate, that kind of the similar thing, would also do it if it wasn't braced. Or you can spend, it's going to be $1 million per transformer. Someone's going to do that, and they're going to act like they're heroes. And I'll have a link. You'll have to look up the archive. In the link set that's at the archive link, it'll be labeled the armor. And you'll be able to see this very impressive looking thing. Totally not looking like a stack of sandbags or just a plain wooden wall. And it won't stop it. No, it won't. I'm not explaining why, because the company is based out of some state like Idaho, and they're going to be getting kickback money to whatever politician pushes it forward. Now, before you yell at me, Bob, or whatever your name is, listen to me. There's this guy named Abbott. Hey, Abbott, living in Texas, who keeps bitching every year when the power goes out that infrastructure for the power grid shouldn't be paid for. That's communism. And then begs the United States government for kickback money. It's a big scam. Everything is a scam. Every politician is full of shit. And they just can't give a shit, even if you give them an annual. So this is a $4 problem, the bullet, that can be solved with a $2 sandbag. And what you do is you put up wooden walls. They're sheet wood, plywood. And you put little brace pins between them, they look like hooks to keep the things from pushing apart. And you box it up, make it a box, make the top open. You can put a lid on it. And you throw sandbags into it. Just hang them down in there and get them in there. The sandbags just keep it from flowing too easily when it's shot. And if you want to be really high-tech about it, you can use sheet metal like they use for making a crappy car out of, and rubber mat material like horse mats, and put sand in there too. You can just pour sand in that. I'd recommend sandbags. And then if you actually get shootings going on, you just top it up, because that's what you do when you're protecting a power transformer or power grid hookup at a military base in a shooting area. You put up sandbag walls. You just put them around it. You don't even have to connect them. They can just be isolated individual walls as long as they overlap any pathway a bullet would take. And then further out, you put up another fence. The same thing. I mean, it's cheap. Why not? Oh, no. I don't want to spend money on that. I want to spend money on the $1 billion solution. It looks sexy. It's totally going to stop it. The $2 sandbags will stop a 50 BMG and virtually everything else. The power station that was taken out at the GPS location that will be listed for the video was taken out by somebody using, quite frankly, a garden variety deer rifle. They didn't use anything special. And it would absolutely be stopped by sandbags. Yeah, but no. No, yeah, but none of that. No excuses. Where are the sandbag walls? Around every hunk of grid we got. Like I mentioned in a previous video, a lot of these are already by nature armored. But some of them apparently aren't. I was assuming that they did, but they stopped doing that. But they're totally willing to talk about putting up armor fences that aren't going to do any good. Because, yeah, the bullets will go through them. Instead of sandbags, which, I mean, the bullet might get through, but it doesn't have any energy. It just bangs and drops on the damn ground and doesn't do a damn thing. So, again, I'm going to repeat this. This is a ultra low-tech, buy a box of crappy bullets problem that can be solved with something that not only should be, but could be, but absolutely should be cheaper. A cheap fucking set of walls that are dumped in with sandbags. And someone's going to contradict me in the comment section and tell me why that won't work. For some fucking reason. And the politicians will be like, well, I don't like that. Of course you don't, because it'll fucking work and won't cost a bunch of money so that you can skim from the top. So yeah, there's a couple of companies, one of them's in Idaho, there's probably dozens, that are talking about supplying this demand. Don't let them get a red cent. Just if you're in the area and you can affect your local power company, just tell them, look, we will build you these for free. if you just fucking let us do it. Because we don't want the power going out because somebody gets drunk one night with a deer rifle, or actually not even a deer rifle, any damn gun. Hell, it's not complicated. It really isn't. How tall is it? Doesn't matter. It's still cheaper per square foot. It's right there. Links below in the description. Well, it'll be an archive that goes to them because YouTube is flagging any more than one link in a video these days, I guess. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And no one's going to give a shit. This is going to turn into a cash cow for somebody out there. Muahaha. And every politician will go along with it because they're idiots. Number one, they're idiots. And number two, they're greedy fuckers.